Hello, grade 12 students. Let's see the difference between the past simple and the past simple passive. What is the passive? Okay, we are going to see, and we are going to start with the past simple first. The past simple, as you know, and you studied this before, expresses a completed action in the past. As you can see here, the first use, completed action in the past. What does it mean, completed action? It means an action that happened in the past and finished. And you know it from the time expression used in the sentence. For example, you find in the sentence words like yesterday, last week, last year, last month, 2 years ago, 2 weeks ago, in 1991, like this. These are time expressions that are used to express the past simple. The second use of the past simple is completed actions in the past which follow each other in a narrative. It means a sequence of actions in a narrative. For example, when you say, yesterday I got up late and left to work without breakfast. This is an example. You have two words, two verbs in the past which are in a sequence. Okay? The third use of the past simple is the past states. A state means the way something is, the state of something. And we use it with the verb to be and other verbs called stative verbs. Okay? To express the state of something or someone. So these are the uses of the past simple. And you know the form of the past simple. It's very easy. It's just one word. There are two types of verbs. There are regular verbs and irregular verbs, as you know. You studied this before. The ed at the end of the verb, and the other verbs are the irregular, which should be studied separately. Right. Concerning the past passive, first you should know what does it mean passive. The passive form is the opposite of the active form. There are two forms of the sentence in the English language, the active voice and the passive voice. In the active, you find a normal sentence, like, for example, this sentence. The dog chased the cat. Look at the second sentence. Now the passive voice, the cat was chased by the dog. You notice that in the first sentence, we started with the subject, which is the dog. And chase is the verb. The object is the cat. However, in the second sentence, which is the passive voice or the passive form, the word the cat is in the beginning of the sentence, and it turned to be a subject in the sentence. However, the dog was put at the end of the sentence as an agent. So the sentence is like this: the cat was chased by the dog. But notice also the difference in the verb phrase. In the first sentence, the verb chased is in the past simple. But in the second sentence, was chased is the past passive. So here you know that the past passive is composed of two words. The first word is the verb to be, which should be was or were. Was for the singular and were for the plural form. And along with the verb to be, you find the past participle, which is the third form of the verb in English. This is another explanation, another sentence. Alex wrote an essay about his grandfather's Alzheimer's. You notice here that Alex is the doer of the action, the same as we say the subject, okay? And the action is wrote, okay, which is the verb of the sentence. And the rest of the sentence is the receiver of the action. You notice that in the passive voice, the sentence is reversed. And we start with the receiver of the action, then the action, which turned to be composed of two words, the verb to be, as we said in the past, was or were, and the past participle of the verb, here the verb write, in the past wrote, and in the past participle written, which is the third form of the verb in English. And you notice that Alex, the doer of the action or the subject, is put at the end of the sentence and as an agent, right? Now, why do we use the past simple passive? The passive here is used for expressing two things. Either completed actions in the past, when we want to emphasize the action rather than the person who did it or the doer, or the second use is the completed action in the past when we don't know the doer. Okay? So there are two uses. Either we want to emphasize the action, not the doer, or we don't know the doer itself. All right. Now read the sentences and match them to the usage on the right. Okay, the first sentence, Microsoft was founded in 1975 by Bill Gates. The second sentence, the Omanis were great traders in the past. The third sentence, the Wright brothers first built a plane and then flew it. The fourth sentence, Alexander Graham Bell invented the first telephone. The fifth sentence, mobile phones were not created until the late 20th century. Look at these sentences. The first thing you do is to look at the verbs in the sentence. Are they composed of one word or two words or more? Yes. We have the second and the third and the fourth sentence are composed of only one word. It means that these sentences use the past simple. And the first and the fifth sentence are passive. Right. The second step to do this task is to look at the meaning of the sentences. Which sentence from the second, the third, the fourth expresses a finished action or a completed action in the past? And which one expresses a sequence of events in a narrative? And which one is expressing a state, past state? as we explained earlier, the verb to be is used to express a state. So the second sentence, the Omanis were great traders in the past. This is C, past states. And the third sentence, the Wright brothers who first built a plane and then flew it. You notice that there are two verbs in a sequence, so this is B. And the fourth sentence is A. The answer is A because this is an action that happened and finished in the past, right? Now, concerning the first sentence, Microsoft was founded in 1975 by Bill Gates. Do we know the doer of the action? Yes, it's Bill Gates who founded Microsoft. So this is D. So we know the doer, but we want to emphasize the action. We want to emphasize Microsoft when Microsoft was founded, and not who founded Microsoft. And the last sentence, of course, is the answer is E, because we didn't mention the doer of the action, and we don't know who did it. Okay? Thank you very much.